Three sisters with stories to tell. Books in our hands, we know them well. Flipping pages where dreams dwell. Chapter one, here you go. Turn the light, let the words flow. Laughs and love in every show. Books, sweethearts, we grow.
Welcome back to third and final episode of Throne of Nightmares, the verdict episode of our sister sessions. Is that what we're calling this series? I couldn't remember.
Yes.
I think that's.
We need to throw a Law and Order dun dun in there when you do the verdict. I don't know why, but dun,
I love
dun.
it.
I support it.
SVU raised me. So.
It's true.
All right.
That's
but
sad, but true.
Get out of my mind.
Well, welcome back to this episode's all about what we thought of the book in general, ratings, etc. Catch our episodes 1 and 2, which discussed more the deeper dive, but still surface level. All right, so rolling into our overall ratings. Now, we had complications of this on this last book because I like an out of 10, but everybody likes an out of 5. So we're going into points.
And I was an asshole and was like, well, you could do 4.5 out of 5, and that's 9 out of 10. And I don't think that Hannah likes that.
Yeah, I like more variety. But anywho, I would give this one a 10.
There you go.
Last one was a 4. First one, well, I guess we're saying 5.
An 8.
4, 5, and this
I
one
was like,
is
I
another
thought you
5.
liked it.
Okay, so we're doing 5. I'll give both
Yeah.
of my ratings.
I'm sorry. Or should
A
we
5.
switch to 10?
5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 for me too.
Yeah.
You guys are going to hate me because it's going to sound really nitpicky. But
I mean, we know who you are.
I do give it a solid 4.8. And I have to say that because
It aligns.
if I skim in a book, I can't give it it was like the most amazing, which is what the 5-star is.
Well, do you
in my
think you
head.
would have skimmed if you had more time?
Yes, I was frustrated with how much I was getting of her back and forth, back and forth. But I don't want to take too much away from it because it was important to feel that with her. I did. I couldn't. It made my brain stutter.
Yeah.
Well,
overall, though, she knew what she was doing writing this book.
Yeah.
I was
And
about to
she
say the
knew her
exact
target
same thing.
audience.
Yeah. It has everything I'm ever looking for. Mystery, I couldn't guess it, which is always huge. I feel like that's half of what we do is try to come up with what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And
She could have expanded on it and could have been a bigger book.
for sure.
I think that would have made things make a little more sense for me, but I enjoyed it. And she crammed a lot of good into the same size as the other 2 books.
Yeah, I mean, I would say even her first book, like she could have a series of each of those, like a 2 to 3 book. Like there's a lot to do there. So it is a bummer that we cram it all into one, but then don't get anything after either. But with her style and it compared to the rest of it, yeah, I don't know what would be. Well, we won't get into all of that yet, I guess. But
yeah, I don't like how abrupt the ending really is. I mean, yeah, we get the little book club blurb, but as far as the overall, like, their world and how they're going to coexist and whatnot in the real world, like, they've been in a dreamscape and living under high pressure, high adrenaline, and all of this, like, they're trauma bonded at this point, and we don't even get, like, a 6 months later.
Yeah, like, they're deep bonded.
I mean, trauma is trauma, we all know. I'm just saying. Like,
well, and that's, yeah.
I just mean like a touch of it. Like, I don't need a whole story of their lives together, 60 years in the making or whatever, but some kind of like we didn't see them out in the world or in his
Yeah.
court or not one time, which I find to be disappointing because his
I've-
court, I was looking forward to seeing how his court functioned more.
In
No, and-
Throne of the Fallen, we got more with Camilla and Envy at the end after they're a little happily ever
Yeah.
after.
We got
I
a
felt we
couple
got more
chapters.
about how they would coincide
Mhm.
than this one for sure. I
Well,
agree.
yeah, and it was like the impending wedding too.
Right. That was
So,
exciting.
yeah.
So
Which
let's go ahead.
I was just gonna try it to smoothly, but that didn't work out. But I was just gonna say, yes, let's continue the discussion into the strengths and weaknesses since we're already doing that.
I was gonna direct us as well. Like since we're already talking about weaknesses, what other look at us. Look at us.
Chugging along. I would agree, though. I think she could have afforded a couple extra chapter wrap up there. And also, so disappointing that we did get such like the strongest faded bond and like then we're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, the other couples had a lot more romance.
Yeah.
Leading up to and after. And they're just, I don't know, I guess it kind of fits. I'm thinking like librarians, just not the
Yeah.
focal point,
Yeah.
but lady in the street, week in the bed, lady in the sheet, the,
Yeah.
the pages.
No, even
Anyway.
just like we talked about maybe the first or second episode, but just we didn't get any because it was so jam-packed adventure. We didn't get any of like, oh, we got a little internal stuff, but not a lot.
Yeah.
So not even necessarily like the romance of it, but the mate and the fated mate, you know, and all the other books we read, like that's a strong situation. And like often they're contemplating all these things. Like yeah, you could read each other's minds, which I think she barely like says one little thing about, and then we drop that on the floor again. So yeah.
So like the mate bond was less impactful throughout the entire story, and it didn't seem like it built up as much. It was just very sudden.
Yeah,
I
there was
agree with
no
that.
hint. I didn't catch on to the, oh, they're going to be fated. And then he just had this like realization. I was like, wait, what?
When Hannah said it in the first episode that none of them have been, so she was like, "Oh, I don't even," because you're mentioning fated mates. You're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
they don't even have that in this world," and then here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think weakness for me, I think she could have spent a little more time wrapping up the trials and making sure like that was clear what they were trying to accomplish with them and like what the outcome was, because I'm still confused about them. But I loved that it was busy.
Right.
Not a good audiobook. I feel like
No.
it's very, very easy to miss things.
I
Ask
agree.
Christy, because some of the things we talked about last episode, I was like, I don't know. That sounds amazing. That was in this book.
Yeah.
Ashley had us. So yeah, I think
mean-
make sure you have time to like focus on it. Which is not really a weakness, but it's
Yeah.
important.
But it's like secret subconscious focusing. Like you don't realize how much you are picking up on things that you wouldn't pick up otherwise by listening.
So for me, if I'm not absorbing when I'm listening, it's because I'm being yelled at by a child. And it's not. I'm not hearing either thing properly or absorbing anything. And then I'm kind of mean.
See, but that's why I can't really do audio books, except for when my commute was just so long. Because, you know, like that just, you're not really paying attention on your
Yeah.
long commute
Yeah.
anyways. So I could listen, but
I can do it in the car too.
I can't, it would require me to sit absolutely flippin' still. And like the couple times we talked about like doing the tandem where you're reading with it as it's gone, I've been able to do that successfully like 3 times, which was nice. But I'm still just like after maybe 30 minutes, I'm like twitching. Like I gotta do something. I wonder if I could watch TV while I'm doing this. Like I'm just not. I'm not doing
I
enough.
don't sit still well either. Did you guys have any
Oh,
other
that's
things
weird.
that you would have like wanted more of?
I mean, I think she has so much potential to expand. I don't know how she would do that, but I hope one day we get another book or follow up on both 1 and 3.
Okay, tell me this. Do you guys feel like the first book, like intro, her world, wrap up, their world together, do you feel like it was more detailed and she spent more time on it? Or is it just because we did a deep dive
I
into
was
it?
wow, we are literally like one brain today because I had this thought at the beginning when y'all were talking about something else. And I was like, why did I love the first one so much? And it felt like nothing was rushed. We got everything we needed. I do remember the end was rushed. And I had mentioned that where it was like everything happened
Yeah.
in the last little bit. But yeah, is it because it was the first one and we were like, oh, this is good, and now we're being more pull
But
I
apart?
think
she
she
Or is it
really
because we
spent
came off?
time on them.
But I really think she was more detailed on it because I remember the
Yeah.
first segment, I was like, guys, like I'm struggling because the whole
Right. Yeah.
half
I
of
had to
that one
reread.
section, I was just like, can I get like 10 minutes into the story without having to read 60 pages?
But it's wild because they're like the same size.
No,
That's
I
why I'm
know.
like,
I
what
was
kind of
thinking that
magic
too.
voodoo is in these books?
Yeah. Well, and then the second one being so opposite, it was like no
Well,
less
that would
detail.
have been torture to do an 8-episode
Yeah.
feature.
The first one
Yeah.
was very like, I know this one was kind of like mysterious to some extent, but like the first one was like a mystery novel too.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
true. There was like a lot of like
It's like a
intrigue.
game of
We
Clue
didn't know, like our
with it.
Secrets,
typical
tons of
style of
secrets.
reading. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Maybe that is why, because we were very engaged on, oh, what's happening? Like there's
Yeah.
We're trying to
things we
solve
don't
clues the
know.
whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Where this,
Because
we did
we-
it.
I think we just had time to sit on like every little detail.
Yeah.
Well, and when
So
you're reading a book,
it's a combo.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
where you're a participant in it versus when you're just an active observer. So
That's a
like
good point.
these two books, while don't get me wrong, I love Sloth. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's my man. But I didn't have to put really any big
Mm-mm.
thought into anything. Like I'm still just reading. I'm
When
not
we said
looking
that,
for anything.
I think from the beginning too.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was even the second book where it's like, no, he's laying it all out. Like we as the reader knew everything that was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one was like that for sure.
And then this one was just so much action. There wasn't, yeah, it was still, there's nothing we're seeking.
Yeah.
Like we
And
know.
to be clear, I really enjoyed the stark honesty in this book.
Yeah, and we
Where
talked
they're
about
not
that last
hiding
episode,
things.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was mystery
Um,
at the end that was solved. Like there
Right.
was a big reveal, but it wasn't like they were intentionally hiding things from each other like
Right.
Camilla
Yeah.
was.
And
It
we weren't
was-
like anticipating that.
That was a
Right.
good
Where it's
shot.
like holding us through. I mean, yeah, I think for me, that's probably a really good point because that is how I enjoy to read is like figuring things out and like trying to pick up on the breadcrumbs early.
mhm.
Yeah, like
Which
because
is,
in Throne of Secrets, we didn't even get the mystery of like who their like secret lover was for any amount of
Mm-mm.
time.
Yeah.
no, we were
And-
making theories up until the very end. That I remember being like, there's no way she wraps all of this up because we have so many things going
Mhm.
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So just different. She's written differently in each book. So that's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. This one strength, another strength for me is we've talked about a couple of times, but just like how she wrote it, the stories within the stories,
Mhm.
how Lore reflected on her stories and like was in her head about her favorite characters, and it was like that's not how this went. This is bad, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she's already lived through these stories in her imagination, and now she's going through them again physically and actually impacted by them, and as the main character. And she talks a lot about like having main character vibes or like side character vibes. So I appreciate her like nerdy reader wit throughout the entire book
Mm-hmm.
because I relate.
No, I agree. Yeah, like I said from the beginning, I really loved the entire concept of the book. So nothing we've read before, and it was fun.
Yeah, and he's a lot different than the other princes. Like all of them were like
Mhm.
conniving.
Mm-hmm.
They had their ulterior motives, and he was very single.
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? Had a single goal in mind, and like he wasn't putting other people down or tearing things down to get to his goal.
I think
don't
it's
know.
like because he doesn't, not that he doesn't have emotions, but he like doesn't
He's not driven by them.
exude any emotions where like
Yeah.
all the other ones do in some way. They're like vulnerable and like on top of their sins of choice. But
They
um
the ones we've covered, they purposefully stoke their sin
yeah,
as often as possible. And
yeah,
jealousy and gluttony, you
yeah.
know,
Which I guess technically Sloth is too. His sin is just so drastically different.
it is an intellectual sin.
Yeah. So all
Did you,
interesting points.
did you have any other strengths, Ashley? Ashley?
So series potential, which we've kind of also naturally been talking about.
I do want to say one thing about this potential because I'm thinking that if she does write Lust's story next, with Camilla and Envy's official wedding also coming up, I'm hoping she takes the chance and gives us a solid like 5 chapters on this wedding and like
Wait.
all the things that are going into it, and Lust is gonna have some kind of tryst while he's there and whatever. Like
That would be awesome.
and we get a
Wait
lot
a
of
second, though.
inner byplay with the 3 couples that we've read already. And we can throw in
feel
like Blade and
like-
Wolf.
I don't know if it's possible because there are like, stipulations on even just like the paper and how many pages and all of those things that I would love to see her bump these up to like 600 pages.
Me too. She
I
could give
think that
them.
would give us everything that we're looking for.
I think she could easily
more
do it too.
questions.
Like it would feed itself. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Although just thinking about writing just a single 200-page paper, I would like gouge my eyes out. We're like, I wouldn't be that hard.
But yeah, I mean, like we were already talking, like every prince is different, and like each book she's writing is so different. So it's
Yeah.
really hard to even speculate on what the next book is going to be.
Yeah, and I go back and forth on, I think I said it on the second book, like when we were talking about them being standalones and how like they really truly are. And so I feel like sometimes when we get too deep into comparing them, it feels unfair almost because like she was fully disclosing like these are standalones.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of hard to separate.
I mean, yes, they're standalones, but they're still connected. They're still all the 7 of Sins. We still hear about
No,
them in
right.
each
I
one.
mean, like on the style differences and the disconnect kind of between them. And I mean, really, maybe what would be great is if she threw in a little novella right before
Well, that's
Lust's
kind of
book.
what I was saying. Like, I hope she figures out a way to incorporate something more. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how popular these are. Well,
That's a good
I mean,
question.
they're New York Times, or are they
Yeah,
not?
the
I don't
first
know
2
that
are New
really
York
means
Times
anything.
bestsellers. The first 2 are.
This one is New York Times best-selling author. I do hear it's basically, you can buy it. So
I've heard
this
that too.
concern that you said that Envy's wedding, and I'm like, did they already get married though?
I think they did.
No, so it sounded like it in the second book, but then like and it was like they brought it up in the first half and we kind of touched on it and we talked about they had already gotten married. But then he said something toward the end where they're engaged. Like they're
I think that's
officially like, and they
Gluttony
haven't.
and that's Gluttony and
I thought
Adriana.
they
No, I was talking about
said,
in Gluttony's story.
they had referenced the reception of the wedding in the last book at the end.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
I'm gonna have to look at it because I'm like, I was trying to look
someone's
here.
gonna have to go back and look for sure.
Where would y'all rate this book in the 3 so far?
It's not fair. That's like apples and pears.
You don't have to rank them.
I mean,
Where
okay.
does Sloth rank for you, Ashley?
He's number 1.
There you go.
1,000%.
I would also say 2 for me.
Now, I just also want everyone to recognize I did not say apples and oranges because they are way totally different than comparing apples and pears.
Apples and pears are much more similar than apples and
Yes.
oranges.
See?
The seeds and the fleshy.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
very different.
Anyways,
The same.
Yeah, for me, I don't envy. I think I liked Envy the most so far. I liked his intrigue.
Me too. I liked his like broodiness too.
Yeah.
And I liked the turmoil. We got a lot of the internal from him, which I think that's a lot of like my favorite parts in the books when we get the internal of the man's side because they're all annoying. So it's nice to see.
They have some brain.
Right.
Things are churning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
That's fair.
I enjoy when they're both like, I don't want to say like they're both like keeping themselves from getting to the next step, like they're in their own way, but that we see that they're both thinking the same thing and they're just like questioning each other still.
Because that's like the most natural thing ever. Like we all have experienced that, if not in every relationship, most of them, where it's like you don't just come out right when you start thinking about it. Like you sit with it.
Yeah.
And so
Back and forth on if I truly like the dual perspectives because I get frustrated when they're getting frustrated with each other. And I'm like, how have you guys not figured this out yet? But it's because, we're seeing both sides of it. But if I were only seeing it from one or the other, like I would also be frustrated, but for the right reason and not want to just like throw my book type.
Because I get frustrated with that too. But I do like the dual perspective when it kind of leaves you at a cliffhanger. Like another series that I'm reading, it's dual perspective. And they'll like something is happening to one of the characters and they're not together. And it'll be like, okay, here's 5 chapters from the other person. We don't know what's happening, which did happen. But it like it keeps it interesting because like, you want to keep reading because you need to find out what happened to that person.
Now, see, that gives me an anxiety that I am uncomfortable with.
Okay.
There are varying degrees of anxiety, and that's what I don't like.
It's not your cup of tea anxiety. Cup of anxiety.
You're so funny.
Best quotes and scenes. Anything particular stick out?
Wish I had looked at quotes on something. Let me grab this. I can't really remember quotes usually, so let me look. Let me jog our memory here. Goodreads.
Favorite scenes.
When they're leaving the cannibal's house, it made me chuckle because she realized, oh, she's gonna come in here if we mess with her stuff. That she's a cannibal, she's gonna eat us. It was a distinct kind of humor through that part of it, so I enjoyed it.
I really liked the battlefield scene. That one was like the first one to make me laugh when she like jumps on his back.
Oh,
the bar scene. I was like, hold up, there was a battlefield in this book?
And then it mentioned that again. It brought back up like he was reminiscing on her riding him like he was her steed heading into war. I liked that too. It was really funny.
That was fun.
There we go.
What else?
No, give me some quotes. I wonder if this book is too new to really have.
Yeah, maybe. It is only I forgot
still
it is new.
Really appreciated how she tied in the specters with the horsemen and how they
That was
died.
cool.
I really liked that. I wasn't expecting that to be their worst nightmare. And like when she was describing it, I was like, what a weird thing to like randomly be afraid of. And then when she pieced it together for me in baby bite sizes, I was like, my God, that's awesome.
Appreciate a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, and I didn't remember them ever bringing up the fact that they were like previously gods to humans and stuff. So I really enjoyed that part.
So I'm not gonna lie, I took that a whole different way. I'm not sure that I agree with you guys on it, but I would have to go back and reread it, and I know I won't do it. So I'm letting it go.
Yeah, I definitely re-listened to it because I was shocked.
Yeah, I tried to finish re-listening to it, but I got distracted.
Yeah,
I did
just
get
that
farther.
section because it was like barely a paragraph or maybe a little bit more where she had explained that.
The creatures were funny. Like we talked about last
the little
episode,
monkey guys,
and the septicorn and the little shadow cutie. I pictured the whole Blade thing. His name was Blade, right? The dragon shifter. I loved that scene. Like after she was in the bathtub forever and didn't get pruny, and he barges in later, and I just see her like, oh no, it's you. You're coming from me.
I will
Okay.
say, like, I was actually kind of upset with his character with how he had to put her on the defensive after doing something so amazing. Like, how cool would it be if he could actually stay in a bath for hours, knowing that you're not going to get too hot and start sweating, so you feel like the bath is like not even worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you're not all pruny. Like, what? And then he had to go and just act like a complete arse. And so she had to be petty and be like, don't do it again. Thanks. I can take care of myself. When all she
When he
really
just,
wanted to be was like, can you do this every day, please?
yeah.
Ugh,
When
men.
he was just tired of the shit and snapped the captain's neck on the pirate ship,
No.
the food fight.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
loved even, and I don't know that we really talked about it much, but after he kisses her, when the little pirate guy comes and he's like, let's swing some swords.
Yeah.
Like, I liked
Oh,
that whole
yes.
interaction. He's like, stop thinking about him.
I did really
Okay,
like the
stop,
pirates.
stop avoiding
Kensington.
him.
And
Yeah.
then it goes back and references it. She brings up multiple times how she needs to remember what he taught her and like get him in the junk,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
take these guys down with her moves that
What
she
was
learned
that
from him.
pirate's name?
Is Kensington, right?
No, not that one, the other one. The one that actually did the sword fighting with her, that was giving her the dirty moves.
I thought that was him.
Like, he was out there with them, but it was the
Isn't
other
the
guy
same
that
one
was
that was
like,
like helping her out early on too, brought her the clothes and like had a little crushy crush on her kind of.
Yeah.
so
I
that
don't
was
remember his name.
Kensington, but I want to call him Ed, but I feel like that's more his personality than his name. Pirate Ed.
Chocolate cake.
That would have been in the first section. Oh, here we go.
It would have been right
What?
smack dab in the middle. Probably chapter
Oh, yeah.
21 or 2.
Well, we ended at 20 last time, so it would have been right around there.
Yeah, like
20,
the next or
21.
second to next chapter.
Eddie.
Ah!
Jesus Christ.
So it
Eddie
is his name
over
and
there
his
offered to
personality.
teach. Wait, no, I'm sorry. He's referencing Eddie as the other. He is the one. Oh, yeah. Eddie is the one to teach you to wield a sword. Stabbing things always makes us feel better. Is the
Okay.
toothless guy.
So it's a different one.
So his name is then what? I thought they were the same person too. So
Okay.
Logan
She didn't really
Blaze.
like
Oh, no.
officially introduce multiple pirates.
Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
like that was.
I definitely thought
an
it was the same
introduction, but
person.
Pulled up a couple of quotes. Let's see if anything jogs anybody's memory.
Sure.
I loved 100 characters and would never be lonely with them by my side. She's talking about, maybe she's never going to get married or like have a passionate courtship.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I live my
Um,
life.
I relate
When I
to
get
that
lonely, I
one.
just find a new book.
Be still, my fiction-loving heart. Yeah, not a lot of people have added quotes in
Yeah.
here. I loved the intro little thing for the bookworm who dreams of falling into the pages of their favorite fantasy world. This one is for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree. She knocked that one out of the park.
No, very good.
Their daydreams. I liked that it's not a quote, but that it no longer was like a nightmare at the end. They like reverted back to the court of daydreams.
Mm-hmm.
And that we didn't have to go through anything like crazy for them to be able to be together because she is an immortal being.
Right.
And his brothers can kiss his ass because she's good.
Mm-hmm.
Circumstance made her have to act bad.
And honestly, she could probably actually kill them. Like,
Yeah, she probably could.
Yeah.
She's a little scary.
Yeah. I would agree.
The tree, all the scenes with the tree, I enjoyed.
Yeah.
The sentient
That's
tree.
what I was trying to find a quote from the tree, but I didn't quite.
when he tied her to it so she wouldn't fall to her death because she was hypothermic.
No, not that
tree?
tree.
No, the library tree.
Oh, I was like, well, okay. I mean, I'm not against
The
it.
sentient library.
I
tree.
did love that. That was.
She just gave him a lot of shit, which I enjoyed.
I mean, honestly, if any library being of any kind is not a hoity-toity, just how dare you disrespect me without giving me like my due,
Wait, you're saying
I'd
that
be
a library
really.
wouldn't behave that way?
They would. Absolutely.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're all knowing. Like, they're smarter than everybody.
Yeah, and he's coming to like. I mean, she's a strong woman from how I'm taking her. Like, you can't just come to me and ask me for things and expect me to just give you everything you want when you're being rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the power here. Yeah. I thought
Love
you
that.
said you didn't think they would be like that, and I was like, well, okay, I disagree, but okay.
No.
I also loved when he was like, I prefer peaches.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect little
Yes.
quote. Okay, any other quotes, scenes?
I liked a lot of scenes. But no, I don't think anything else is like jumping out at me personally.
Yeah. So would we recommend? I absolutely would. Like I said, I really loved it. I wish there was more. Is really the only struggle I'm having.
Yeah.
With all of these, because I just don't like this style of series where we only get one book.
And she's not gonna be done with that ever.
It
It's
is
really hard
okay
for me.
to hit it and quit it, Hannah. It's acceptable sometimes.
Not my style.
Move
It
on to the next.
I need more.
I think this is a big recommendation if you want like fast paced and like adventure, but not
but
so much
without
if you are
having-
looking for strong romance.
Right. That's a good point. But I wasn't missing it.
Well, I would say it's like I would recommend it overall, but not to some of the people that I recommend books to, because
Like you would
to
know
our
your
listeners?
audience. And to
Yeah,
our listeners.
it isn't. It may not necessarily be everybody's speed. Like if you prefer the books where you take a more active role in the plot.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to figure specific
Yeah.
mysteries out the whole time. You're trying to figure out if people are lying and like that kind of thing.
Like if you're
Yeah.
trying to suss the undertones.
It's like both action packed but leisurely.
Yeah.
And they
in
have
reading.
banter, but it's like cutesy banter. It's not
Yeah.
like they're never complete dicks to each other. So if that is
Yeah.
your thing, I don't think you'll get it from this one.
Yeah.
They work together really well from the beginning. Witty, if you like
I did
wit.
really like that. That even at like the craziest times that she had to go through, she's still like, I still can't do it. Sorry, I'm not gonna. I can't hurt him.
If you like phoenixes.
Yeah. I also just think because it's a unique plot. Like if you are a frequent avid reader, it's a breath of fresh
Of
air.
like mystery romance novels.
Right.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
are
And
a part of our
fantasy.
audience,
Yeah. Give
Yeah.
it a go.
yeah, I would definitely recommend. It's again hard for me to separate it as a standalone, but I suppose yes, in that front as well. But
Would honestly only recommend these to my people like individually as standalones. I would not be like, yeah, you should read the whole series.
Hey, I would. I have. Like, I was just talking to Sarah about them, and specifically this one. And I was like, it's like there's the backstories, which I do wish we had read the Wicked, what is it? The Wicked Kingdom, something, the other 3 books beforehand. But the world building does add up, and they are interconnected a bit. And it helps to be able to connect, like, you have Adriana and Gluttony now. They're part of like the couples group. And like we've collected people.
Yes, but they don't play any real significant role like in each other's story. So you can
The
still
most
get the
we've gotten was in the second
lightheartedness.
one.
Yeah, you can still get the lightheartedness of their interconnected relationships without having to have read the other books.
I get both, and I definitely lean more. I think Chrissy and I's style of reading is more similar too, which is probably why, like, I want all the little tidbits. Like, I will read the other book for that one line of information. Like, I like knowing that I have all the information at hand. So that's how it would be very hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm just going to read book 3. Like, that sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy. Like, I wouldn't be able to only just like randomly start in the middle of a series of standalones. But yeah, the people I recommend books to don't necessarily like care.
Like if romantasy is not their niche, like
Right.
then I can say like one book might be like
Yeah.
You know, they might really enjoy one of them, but not the other ones.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like
I
a
like
pick your
it's almost
favorite.
kind of like, do you
dip your
prefer
toes.
movies or series? I like series.
Like TV series, like if they,
Yeah.
yes, the
Like,
details
I
that they
would
can put in
rather
that.
watch a series than a movie.
Yeah, me
Depends.
too.
So
Like a
that's
mini
how
series.
I like read too. Like, I want to be in the world for a little bit. One book's not enough.
Like you make
Depends.
that commitment and you just,
Yeah.
you want to.
Otherwise, it's like, okay, what?
I mean, sometimes all you need is 2.5 hours of information.
Not in this style to me, because like I said, like she could have literally 5 books for both Envy and Sloth at this point. Like, there's so much that we got out of this that she could
Yes.
just caveat. Like, there's so much enjoyment and like world building and
disagree with that.
experiences that we could get out of these characters.
Yeah.
And so,
I
like,
would
what a bummer that we only got one.
love like a pre-series that is about all of them and like multiple books that's about the curse and
Yeah.
like how it impacted all of them.
Yeah.
Or
even,
call it
like-
a novella preface, and I'm in.
But I don't want novella. I want
Yeah.
a series.
Even like how Ashley was saying, like, if she
That's excessive.
now she's in the middle of a series, so I don't know how you do that, but like to be like, okay, we're gonna do the extra 200 pages and we're gonna visit where we're at with, okay, we're gonna go to Envy's wedding and we're
Yeah.
gonna get a couple of chapters, maybe not from their perspective, but about them.
Let me tell you, it's actually quite simple because they're immortal or very long-lived beings. Therefore, the idea that they're all kind of hitting their stride of falling in love and all getting with people all at the same time is just not realistic in that kind of world. So having a decade between and having
there
a little
is none.
novella,
Yeah.
no biggie. And especially if Lust
also-
is the next one.
That comment right there, how she could run with that. It's about the curse. They all fell in love and had their loves in like within the same year. We just read about it. Now it was all part of the curse because now they have something that they love and they're gonna have to fight for it. And here
A
comes the
wrap-up
witches.
book.
I don't
Back
know.
to the witches. No.
I feel like Envy already fought for his, so I feel like he should get a pass
True.
if that's the
That
case.
is true.
Yeah, he did have to
That's
bust his
true.
ass much more
That's
than anybody
true.
else.
And why that
Paxton
one
definitely
is
got
my
off
number one.
easy.
Yeah.
He was thwarted by a 9-year-old. So,
Embarrassing.
A couple of dragons.
I mean, they were a symptom of the
sprinkle.
9-year-old.
Yeah.
This is true.
But a real threat nonetheless.
I found a
Yes,
good
very
quote
real
on
threat.
accident. We're wrapping up, but I found
Yeah.
a good quote on accident. He did not command me. No one did. I was the goddess of night. I was ruled by no man, woman, or emotion.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. When the book was like, do it. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, he forgot.
Finish them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't tell me what to do.
Like, come at me, bruh.
Like that.
Any lingering thoughts that our listeners should know? Maybe they're only listening to this episode trying to decide if this is the book for them.
Maybe. I don't think we've run too many. Like, I don't really think we've had too many like plot spoilers. The book club at the end is
No.
adorable. And I think we've mentioned that already, but
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
that was a positive for me.
Maybe that's the spinoff series, the book club sisters.
Oh my God, that would be so cute. What did she call it? It had a name, her book club. She called it it was called Wing of the Library is called Ruined by Romance. But what is the book club?
Are you sure you're not talking
It's
about
fictionally depraved and morally gray. Isn't that the name of the book club? No, Ruined by Romance. First official meeting is called Ruined by Romance.
Okay.
Ruined
I
by
thought you
Romance.
were-
Appropriate. That should be
thought
the
you were
title of our
thinking
podcast.
about the banter babes or whatever we were talking about the other day.
Oh no, that's our group.
Yeah.
If
Oh, yeah.
if we build an audience one day,
What would
And
you
it
like
already
the
has
to
a
be?
name for you.
We have options.
we've got options. We're workshopping.
It may come to a vote. Democracy at its finest.
Anywho, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad she wrote it the way she did after the second one, for sure. And yeah, I hate that we have to wait for the fourth, but we'll put a pause in it. And
We have plenty of on our TBR to cover.
yes, we do. So,
And speaking of,
are we announcing?
yeah, I think we should, right?
Yeah.
don't see why not.
Logistically, it's interesting, but no, Go ahead.
Irrelevant regardlessly.
Well, you can cut it out if we don't want to keep it in. But we are next going to read Blood and Roses by Callie Hart. It is a new book that came out by her. What happens in the dark never stays in the dark, and it is like a mafia romance, right, Hannah?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna do a six episode deep dive on the series, on this book. I'm sorry, which is the first in a series.
Yes.
Which I got hoodwinked into. I thought this was a standalone.
Actually, listen to this tagline. Once there was a boy who lived in the dark, and he liked it there just fine.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be great. I just was not expecting to be stuck in an unfinished series again. You guys don't understand what that feels like to my soul.
Luckily, Callie Hart has a lot of other great series that you could fulfill your need for.
No. Do you know how many like mid-series I'm at? Like my brain has stopped recreationally reading.
I'm excited. I still need to find it. I'm really trying to get back to, especially with the deep dive, getting back into just reading the book itself and not on Kindle.
Yep, it is in Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, like it's hard for me to take. I like to highlight as I go, and those are my notes.
Just to clarify, she doesn't draw in her book. She puts little stick.
She's a psycho, Christy. I can't.
Why do I feel like one of you thought I was drawing in my book and had a conundrum? I know Ashley did, but
it was not me.
Did you just stay silent because you didn't want to reveal this?
Wow. No, I definitely had told you guys clearly. You just don't listen to me.
I knew you did. I remember crazy things.
I probably hate me, but yes, I actually use a highlighter because these are our book club books. So I find it to be nostalgic because one day I can reread it and be like, oh, look, that was my note for the book, the podcast. And
who does that?
Sticky notes where it was hard to cut them straight. So it was stressing me out.
So you didn't start in this manner. Which book did you start drawing in?
All of the last series.
Okay.
Literally the little flag stickies that I use to like mark each of the sections or whatever. I took those out immediately. As soon as we were done, they were all gone. I didn't even preserve that. I threw them in the trash.
No. I kept them all in the games gods play, and it's really annoying. So here we are. I'm just cutting right quick.
Okay, Hannah's library, Hannah's choices.
Don't feel like society should allow this.
Hey, well,
yours are worse though, which
they are sacrilege.
Yeah, I don't do that.
At least like you can look at the outside of your book and you have no idea that you wrote in it and drew in it. So that's a positive.
It's just highlighter, not writing in it. I do put a sticky note down if I need to make a note.
Okay.
But I'm highlighting the important things that I want to cover.
That's less bad.
But how do you know that they're important in the long-term part of the story? Like, they're important to you in that moment because you haven't finished the rest of the book. Like, when you finish the book, you could go back and be like, that was totally irrelevant. I didn't need to maim this page.
But it's a progression of my thoughts and what I am feeling in that moment, which is even cooler.
Are you going to psychoanalyze it in 15 years?
Maybe I will.
I'm an over highlighter, so it would be like... It's always like, why did I even get a highlighter out? Because I'm like, this one, yep, this whole line is important. I'll have this one too. And I look back and the whole page is highlighted, which does nothing for me.
Really worked up. I'm probably not going to sleep tonight because like my I felt like my anxiety got so high, my adrenaline started pumping. And like, we're going to get off this phone call and I'm going to go and like sit down and be like, I need to clean something.
It is books.
Well, what a perfect question to our listeners. Did I just offend you as I have offended my sisters? Or do you find that you spent $30 on a book and a little highlighter never hurt? With that, join us for our next episode where we are going back to the sister shelf. What are we calling that one? Shelf Shakedown.
The Shelf Shakedown.
The Shelf Shakedown. We'll go chapter by chapter, hitting the main points. We will be theorizing. I hope there's a lot to theorize because I am in need of some
deep
thinking.
Dives.
Yeah.
It is
I'm glad we did it. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
So don't miss it.
We'll see you next time on the show.
Good catch. I love it.
We're trying to get taglines.
Comment, subscribe, and invite all your friends. Our next episode release, actually, which will have already released like 2 months ago by the time you guys are listening. We're having our first premiere tomorrow. So we can watch live with our 198 subscribers and be live in the comments if you guys would like to join. You should have 2 months ago.
Sorry, too bad. Love you,
Wow,
sisters.
so
Love you,
rude.
sisters.
Bye. I'm still traumatized.